Okay, all right. Hello, everyone. Yeah, this is the Three Marketeers show again. If you get bored of seeing Jason Gunn's face, I'm so sorry about that. Because nowadays I do some more Tuesday training. So immediately you have to see me on Tuesday, Wednesday, and bloody Sunday. So that's kind of like half of a week. Every night you have to see me, almost like every other night. So yeah. Anyway,
episode 51.
This is our 51st episode number 51, and this is like a new milestone for us. And we have a very interesting guest. We have Lo here. Put your hands together to Lo Hon Pin from Millilitre Coffee. Yeah, it's a very
definitely need some
guest.
coffee. We definitely need some coffee this hour.
I am a heavy, like last week we talked about coffee. This week we're going to talk about coffee again, right?
Yes.
We do coffee all the time. So, thanks for joining us, Lo. Definitely, it's an honor to have you over here because we talk about a very interesting topic, which is B2B to B2C. But nonetheless, guys, if it's the first time you watch this, my name is Jason. I'm from Travel Academy. Jason Gan from Malaysia, and I have my partners at the bottom. Wait, how come you guys are at the bottom this round? But nonetheless,
It's okay.
We have Manfred in purple. Finally, Manfred in purple, and today Manfred very special. Manfred has got a shades of gray on his, over here. Can you see that?
Yeah,
that's
sign of wisdom.
I don't know whether he colored that or not, but nonetheless, we didn't see that in the past 50 episodes. Chiwai, did you see that? Did you see that? Chiwai, that's kind of like he said wisdom. Okay, we give it to him. Nonetheless, that's Manfred. Manfred is our researcher in chief. He says most of the questions every time we go live like this. So. And he's the guy who is doing all the weekly, what do we call that? The website of the week. He's the guy who gives us all these very interesting learning. So that's Manfred,
absolutely.
From Singapore, by the way. And we have Andrew. Andrew is our, email guy. This guy is the one who talks about all these crazy tech stuff to help you make sure that your email system is done right. And, he's damn good in writing emails and all that. So this is the Three Marketer Show. We have been doing this for the past 50 weeks, and this is our week 51. We are entering week 52, which makes us effectively 1 year old next week.
Right.
52 weeks, right? 52 weeks, right?
52 weeks.
52 weeks, that means 1 year old. So that's kind of a very interesting time for us right now.
And we decided for the 9th episode, we're going to talk nothing except coffee.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Anyway, so cool.
Yeah, that's kind of
a coffee show.
Seriously, how many coffee guys can we bring to the table
I have no idea.
Yeah, look. Hey, Chiwai is here. Chiwai is so excited. Lord, Chiwai, your good
friend.
Chiwai. First, Arlo Coffee is here. And then Chiwai said know him for so many years. First time you style your hair, really?
Serious.
Serious?
No, okay. That's the wrong statement, man. I just had my haircut yesterday.
And Manfred, like Cruella, exactly. I've lost.
Oh yes.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Right.
Hey, yeah. That's the right one. And I say Andrew's lighting setup is tremendously improved. I mean, Andrew is always good at the sound and all that. Finally he gets this right. And the hamburger at the back, that's hamburger, by the way. Anyway, so that's the Three Marketer Show. That's the Three Marketer Show. What we do is we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. like what you're seeing right now. And if you like what we're doing right now, seriously, you can share this to your friends. And we've been doing this for 50 over weeks. What we do is we discuss about digital marketing related topics, and we invite interesting guests like Lo to talk about different topics regarding digital marketing one way or another. So yeah, we have interviewed quite some interesting people, and we try to be very open to all the topics that to be discussed. If you have any guests that you believe we should interview, you should also drop me a message on my Facebook page. And so there we go. We have Lo here. Lo is actually a guest introduced by Chiwai, right? I think Chiwai tagged you in one of the show. And after gone through a bit of a discussion with Lo, and I believe he has a very interesting topic. So first thing first, Lo is from Millilitre Coffee. Millilitre Coffee is this Millilitre Coffee with a double L, Lee, and Little Coffee. So what Lo is, what I understand from our conversation is Lo before that he was actually started as a B2B business, and he supply coffee to those cafes and all these kind of things. But the pandemic changed your model. Can you tell us more about Millilitre Coffee, Lo? And share with us more about your background, and definitely help us get to know you a little bit more.
Yeah. Sure. Welcome to the show, man.
Welcome to the show, really.
Thanks for inviting first, man.
No problem.
Millilitre Coffee, like we started 2018. The concept is that I want to bring something to emphasize more about local roaster coffee to Malaysia's market, because back then I was working with another company. Then I realized a lot of people have the misunderstanding that coffees from overseas are much better, but in fact there's a lot of transition happen in between, whereby the freshers will be interrupted, and the tastes are not what we call catered for local market, for Malaysians' preference. It's just like the bak kut teh we like in Malaysia. When you have bak kut teh in other country, probably like that's not my style.
Hey. Manfred, bak kut teh in Malaysia better or Singapore better?
Singapore got bak kut teh one.
Singapore got bak kut teh, but I always
Singapore got no bak kut teh, okay? Bak kut teh is only here.
Yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting. I think that's a very interesting one. Yeah, I think I like it,
Okay.
So what's the difference really like, difference between this? By the way, sorry, please go on.
Then we started this to bring out the best of Malaysian roaster. That's why we work with a few Malaysian roasters to bring out a best Malaysian roast coffees to the market. That's where we started 3 years back. But then by then we are mainly focused on B2B supplies. We have our B2C like 1 year later when we start working with GY to build the brand. By then my objective is just to build a brand, to really let people know about our brand, and then when they go to B2B cafe, they will be feeling more confidence when they see this. So it's kind of like win in both ways.
Okay.
So, because when we first started, we faced challenges like cafes that we are nobody. So why should I bring you? Why should I use your coffee? Even though you tell me that you have good QC, you have good roaster, you did everything's right. So even the price is right. They were just like, why should I use you? Mm-hmm. I can use a lot of Australian coffees or Europe coffee and things like that. So, but that hits me that I need to build a brand that is end user know it, and then the cafe's owner will like about it, and then at the same time, when the cafe's owner see our presence in the market, they also know, hey, this is something that is people knows about it as well. That's how we started the B2C 3 years back.
Just now, as in the backstage, we were sharing a low. Actually, coffee marketing not easy to do. No? It's very difficult to tell, because the reason you drink coffee is because of the smell, the taste.
Yes.
And the smell, the taste is very difficult to tell someone on the air, online. Right now, I tell you, and the choice of words, the story behind it, you have to attack multiple angles. So about headache this one, not easy.
Unless you tell like this, let me try. I have a very interesting way to tell the taste. I actually learned that just now. It's a very special technique. Look at that. That's how I tell you the taste is good. That's how I tell you the taste is good. I mean, I purposely, because this is where this topic, right? This is a website, by the way.
It must be quantifiable with numbers.
Yes, you quantify by 10% discount. How about that?
Yeah.
That's a technique, right? So I'm just saying, this Manfred was saying that it's very difficult to let people feel confident. By the way, if you guys want to buy from Millilitre Coffee, this is where you go to their website, and this is the code 3MS51, and you get 10% discount. I do not know how long he said this for, but nonetheless, we don't want to know. Just go and buy. Okay, so we don't get any commission out of this, just for a disclaimer. Okay, this is really to have a friend, because I think it's a very interesting venture that he's at right now. Okay, so there's a quick one. But Lo, I caught one thing very important just now. You're saying that you are not the roaster. You're not the roaster. You are the only kind of like you are like a kind of like a distributor, meaning that you work with a roaster and you sell to the cafes. Okay.
I work with the roaster in a way is continue first.
Sorry. Please. Is that the method?
I work with the roaster in a way that the roasts are customized based on what we want. So when we start the first house blend, is that I specifically want this kind of taste profile, this kind of combinations. Yeah, because the first blend that we bring it out is to cater with the Malaysian market preference. So it's very important for me to have the control of that.
By the way, what's Malaysian preference? Actually,
I mean that's a very interesting.
What's a Malaysian preference for coffee?
As much as we always talk about, I like Arabica coffee.
Because it's
a lot of people say because of the marketing gimmicks from a lot of big brands.
Right.
But Arabica coffee naturally is acidic, and Malaysians don't really like that. I mean, a lot of people like that, but you look at the big market, the big audience is that they don't really like it. They want something because like our food is playing a very important role. Like our food are very strong, heavy bodies. You usually will have bak kut teh lah, nasi lemak lah, kari laksa for your breakfast.
Yes.
So this kind of thing is train us to have something heavy. So if something acidity like that is not gonna be what we prefer.
So what would be the equivalent if that's the case? What would be?
More woody,
Italian, French.
I would say
woody, earthy. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Then that's why a lot of Indonesians beans are doing very well here. The Sumatra beans is doing very well here.
Javanese beans and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, right, Manfred? Okay, you're up.
What about Singaporean taste on coffee? Any idea? I also curious.
I don't know. I probably gonna spend some time in Singapore first. But my friends told me Singapore
still got difference, no?
Similar,
but still different. Yeah.
But I think it also depends on which
Singapore. So
I think it depends on which market segment that we are looking at right now, lah. I think it's a different segment. Okay, like I don't know much about coffee to be very frank, but I do have my own preference. But here's the thing: if you don't mind, I want to dig deeper on the question that I asked you just now. Since you don't yes, you say you have all these roasters to actually roast something for you, specifically for your brand. Do you have any plan to make sure that you have more control, like starting your own roasting angle to make sure that you have, because we all understand that even though you have the roasters to work on your side, okay, we still have differences based on the season. Like sometimes the bean quality is better, sometimes it's not. So there are actually kind of like difficulty over there to control all these things. How do you convince all these cafes to believe that you have all the QC taken care of?
What's your differentiating factor then?
Yeah, I mean, which will lead us to the next one. But Chiwai and our friends over there, we kind of like already see your questions coming in. But I really want to help you nail this. Okay, how do you stand out? How do you position your military cafe coffee? Among
Millilitre, not
Millilitre, sorry.
Okay.
That's one of the tricky name, I know.
You know what? Because of this guy.
Yeah.
He asked this bloody question and I got bloody Chiwai. I blame you for this.
But this is a very good
quickly go
also,
and lock down Military Cafe before somebody else does that. I tell you, you should get that as well. If somebody touch military, it will still come to your Millilitre Coffee.
Yeah. Buy military as well. But
just link the website and things.
Correct.
Just buy that.
Chiwai can do that in 2 seconds, just like that.
Okay. Chiwai, you have to do that already because you created the confusion over there because of your statement over there. Anyway, Lo, over to you.
Back to your question first. For QC check, actually, every batch that we get in, we have our cupping process also. We do have our QC check. Even my team and me ourselves, we were trained to notice what's happening here. And then because we are supplying to cafe, consistency is very important. That's why we usually work with our roaster that they do their own cupping as well. So there's 2 layers of QC checks in these sections.
This is interesting.
Yeah,
I'm convinced.
And the barista that's why what happened to my company is that when we deliver beans to our clients, F&B side, so we do not want to just leave it to the courier company. So we will still go to, as much as I can, we will still visit them, and then sometimes just a drink of their coffees and just check it out, and then from there also we can help out to pick up if there's anything wrong. So especially now when we're doing online, the quality check is even more consistent.
I like that. That's a very good answer because that shows how serious you guys are in terms of controlling the quality of the coffee. But before we go,
Millilitre Coffee already.
milliliter.
But also to answer Chiwai, why I use milliliter?
Yeah,
Why I
since
use
Chiwai asked this,
milliliter
let's bring up. What's the story?
is that,
Why do you use milliliter?
We also have our own chocolate product as well. So the problem that is we manufacture by ourselves. So when we started the brand, we do not want to just focus as one coffee company. So that's why the brand Millilitre is talk about precision, is the measurement of liquid. So we want to be as precise as possible.
Now I get it. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good philosophy.
So it's precision coffee.
Yeah. So
Millilitre coffee. Okay.
Comes with
Millilitre coffee.
Comes with sniper rifle.
Yeah. So that's how the whole story is being crafted. And by the way, I think this is your friend, right? Qian Hui. Hi, Qian Hui. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Thank you so much. Okay, so
Scotty, beat me up.
And then Chiwai was saying, what? Discount code works, right? Okay, better go and discount. By the way,
So how many 100 packets do you buy, man?
Okay, so Chiwai, Lord, you later tell us how many packets Chiwai buy. If not, then we're gonna whack him over there. So
and then please send it to us.
Yeah, Richard has a comment over here. Richard say taste communication can see how whiskey websites do. Can be enticing on how they describe the drink. Sample below. Okay, that's a good one. Thank you so much.
Oh, Richard, that's a good one, man.
I mean, Richard is a very interesting marketer. Okay, I respect him for the way he look at things sometimes. So Richard, I think we should bring you to the show one day. Let's get in touch. Okay,
please bring him. I'm a follower of you, so.
Richard, okay. Let's get in touch.
Richard, do you sell whiskey? By the way, just curious.
By the way, what do you sell, Richard? Never mind. We bring you to the show, then you can talk the story.
Maybe he market whiskey before.
Yeah, maybe But I know Richard market quite a number of things, and the recent project that he has is quite interesting because we talk. Okay, and what? Chiwa was saying writing level is God mode. I don't know which one you are referring to. Because halfway. The whiskey thing. Okay. Yeah. And Richard was saying the content writing. Okay. Right.
I'm gonna check that out.
That's a good one. Okay, now that's a very, very interesting angle of looking at. It's a very good thinking process because I like the way you are leaving room for different. Expansion into different verticals. Which is now we all know that you're also in the chocolate, your chocolate drink. Now tell us the difference between managing the coffee brand, as in like the coffee product and the chocolate product. What are the differences? What are the differences when you need to manage these two kind of products? They are not the same, right? Because coffee you sell in beans, all right, whole beans, or you have grounded as well. But chocolate is more like, I understand, is you need to kind of like blend it, kind of thing. You create your own blend, right?
We create our own recipes. Yeah, we blend with different.
So what are the differences in managing these two different products?
I think chocolate is much easier.
Is it? Oh, I don't know.
Just coffee is you need to very control about the qualities, and there's a very short lifespan. So we need to ship it out and sell it within a short period of time. But whereby chocolate, because what we're dealing with now are chocolate powders product. So is the operation wise will be much easy to manage. We can buy in big bulk and then we start to produce our own things. But whereby coffee, if you buy in big bulk, you really need to figure out how you're going to ship it as soon as possible. Yeah, that's the biggest difference for us to manage at the moment.
Right. That's a very cool one. So, okay, now we know that Millilitre has got coffee, not just coffee. They also have their own recipe of chocolate drink. So if you guys want to consider using the code, right? Let me bring out the code again. Okay, so this is the website to visit Millilitre's website. All you need to do is go there, millilitre.my. All you need to do is go there and just use the code 3MS51 for a 10% discount. Don't say we don't bring you perks, and we don't get commission from this one. Okay, so guys, go over and order for this one. Okay, now because the topic today is about how do you pivot it from B2B to B2C.
Right.
Yep.
You were saying that you started in 2018. You were purely on, supplying
B2B,
the coffee
yeah.
to B2B. So what was the transition? And now, what was the process of moving from B2B to B2C? And what are the kind of like struggle that you went through, and anything that you can share with us, something very interesting about the process of turning things over? And where are you right now when it comes to B2B and B2C? What are the ratio right now of the market, of your revenue ratio for both?
Now, the challenges from B2B to B2C is that previously, when we are B2B, we talk with people that industrial player, they know what we are talking, the jargon, all these things. So when we move to B2C, it's a huge challenge, especially for me, because people start to ask me, hey, I thought the coffee is just mixed with water. Yeah, but you still need to filter out the ground coffee. So a lot of questions that we never thought of when we went into retail side, B2C retail side.
So your coffee is not meant for everyone. Still need to do some special brewing, right?
It's for everyone. That's why we come up with the drip bag coffee also.
Oh, okay.
Drip bag is
So
good. Drip bag is good.
Yeah, for people who do not have any equipment but they want to try out some things, start with that. Yeah. So we noticed that there's a lot of educations need to be done before I can really convert it into a sales when we're doing B2C. It's different than B2B. It's kind of like it hit me in a while that should I really work on this? Because when we do in B2B, it's that one deal is consistently and then the numbers are big. But when doing B2C, it's that, yes, you need to spend a lot more effort. So it's kind of like, how can we simplify the process? How can we make customer easier to understand what's happening? And how can we educate customer in a much easier, effective way?
Surprising, isn't it? I mean, when you look at the amount of coffee outlets that's available, I mean, almost every place you go, you probably have a coffee shop, not just the old one, but the newer ones. And yet you're
Yes.
saying that people are still not educated on the idea of drinking coffee.
There's a lot of people have the idea of drinking coffee. It's just that I go to a cafes. I'm talking about the cafes kind of coffee first.
Right.
So they'll go to a cafe and just order latte, and you will notice a lot of people just go as for, I like the environment, for chill and things,
Right.
for photo shoot and all these things. But how many them is really coffee drinkers that they can know the difference?
Okay.
Starbucks is actually more selling on experience. Then some of the influencers go there to take photos also.
Yes.
Influencers still go Starbucks to take photo, man.
Oh, sorry, not Starbucks, some other places to take photo.
Cafes lah.
Average folks will go
Instagrammable.
average folks just go for Starbucks for the experience or just waiting for people. So this is a different kind of purchase experience.
So how do you approach
But you
this?
can see the transition.
Right.
Like in my generation, people drink.
What generation you're talking about?
My generation.
Okay.
Our generation.
We used to start drinking coffee like instant coffees.
Yes.
Some
Very
big
true.
brands instant coffee, and then from there we pivot to Starbucks. And then from there we pivot to we know about there's other coffee that we can throw. Then we go to single cafes, chains, coffees, kind of things.
Right.
Yeah. Then from that point, people will start to know about hand brew coffee. So this is a transition period conversion. So there's a huge gap in this the third and the fourth stage. So it's kind of like we need to it's an opportunity.
I agree.
Take
I
it.
agree.
So this is, you are entering that area or the space of what you call a gourmet coffee. Is that true?
Specialty coffee, actually. Specialty, meaning that
In between that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I tried lah. I'm not good at that at all. Because I have all the equipment at the place. At one point, I was really crazy about doing all this hand brew kind of thing. I bought all the equipment, and even I bought my own grinder as well. I mean, the machine one, not the hand grind one. So these are all the things that I went through. But to be frank, it's not easy to learn to appreciate. If you ask me, like, how do you differentiate whether this is good? Like, even with hand brew, right? My girlfriend definitely have that 100 times better taste, or whatever, the kind of talent than me. I don't know. I can't really do kind of like a lot of differentiation. To me, coffee better give me the caffeine. That's what I need. That's what I need. But I do, it's kind of like I find it not easy. That's why I would like to learn from you, Lo, if there is anything that you have done that significantly helped you accelerate the education process among the customers that come to you.
I think what's really good now is that I start to collect all those questions, and then I do a video of it.
Smart.
Okay.
I mean,
organic reach.
The past 2 months we start to do these things. Just try out, see what's happened.
Right.
And that kind of questions bring up more people come and ask us inquiry about us. So that kind of video, when we reach out, people will start to share to group. I mean, we are not reaching out to like super crazy kind of reach, but you can see the growth. So that is kind of like, I think I learned something from there.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Keep doing that, man. Then you will see a different kind of growth.
So
I benefited a lot from that.
Customer education is important.
Yeah.
I think on the other hand, sorry, you're saying
what we know, probably the end consumer don't know about that. Like if let's say Jason, you talk about Facebook advertisement kind of things, not much people will know about that, but they will keep pumping out the question up. So that is where it triggers me that this is something that I can focus on.
Another thing you can consider trying to do here is you can actually go out and do live, like that's what we're doing right now. Talk about coffee. Again, you can invite Noot like me to talk about coffee, or you can invite people like TY to talk about something. I mean, shows like this is quite fun, to be frank. Yeah, so you can just consider doing this for a bit. Okay, but by the way, just look at this. Like Richard was saying, Richard, drink only, don't sell alcohol. It's okay. Maybe who knows, one day you got clients sell alcohol, okay, you'll get there. Right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, why not, right? So Mountain Dew have super high caffeine and cheap energy. Really, man? Mountain Dew or caffeine? Let me go and try that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, and Chiwa was saying
high sugar.
100% high sugar lah, but maybe they add some caffeine there. I don't know lah. Okay, and Chiwa said your education video is good. Okay, guys, you guys can actually go to Millilitre's website or their Facebook. Where do you post your content, Lo?
Facebook and YouTube. We start to try YouTube channel also. But Facebook is where we reach the most at the moment.
Okay. Facebook and YouTube, you can look out for Millilitre, not military, Millilitre Coffee, and look at all these videos that Lo has put up. And Chiwai say it's good, and I trust Chiwai for that. Like Chiwai was saying something like how I nurture potential followers to convert. I mean, you appreciate that. And you have your friend here, by the way, Chiwai. Kevin was saying, sorry, not Chiwai, Lo.
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin is your friend, right? And Lo Coffee is the best.
Right.
That's the good one. And guys, if you want to try Lo Coffee, this is the link that you can go and buy. I don't mind to bring this up multiple times just to help a friend. And
low risk.
Remember, low risk because you get 10% discount or not, right?
You get 10%.
So use 3MS51 because this is to conglomerate.
And support the local brewers, by the way. What was the term? We call it local roasters.
Local roasters. And definitely local brewer because you brew yourself, man. Yeah, that's kind of the thing anyway. Yeah, so I mean you buy back and brew yourself. So that's what
no question. Okay. I answer you.
Got question, go to Lo's Facebook page and ask question. And he might start doing live like this to answer your questions. Not too bad. So you were saying about the B2B or B2C, which I want to bring to the next question over here. So you did mention some of the greatest challenges. Like one of them is really about the education. I mean, as in like to help those people understand the differences between your coffee and theirs. But are there more challenges that you're facing? Because you're saying that all the while, another thing that I captured during your conversation just now was you're saying that B2B was easier because you go in bulk, right? So you have the volume and all that, So, and you don't need to do so much education. And on the B2C side,
every customer is a cold audience.
Yeah, potentially cold audience, and you probably do run ads, and you need to do different way to actually educate them and nurture them to buy and all that to convert.
Yep.
So what are the other challenges that you face? You can help potential people who wants to turn their B2B business to B2C to a kind of like aware before they jump right into the whole thing right now?
The other challenges, I would say logistic.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
When we first started, logistic is a biggest challenge for me because we do not know what's happening with all the logistic things, especially when pandemic hit. So really to work with a logistic partners that can help you out, that you can reach out and to talk with them, because in Malaysia, as much as we want to say it's a small place, but you'll be surprised some places, even within Clanway, it will take up to 1 month to deliver.
1 month?
This is, yes, and loss of parcel and things. So we spend a lot of time working with, because when we first started, we worked with like the easiest entry levels logistic partner. I don't want to mention names, but a lot of people tell them that they are good, they are cheap, and those things. So we try out. But what happened is that a lot of mishandling and then delivery issue and things happens. So, but we cannot find someone to talk with.
I have my fair share of all these kind of problems.
Especially perishable products, like in this case.
Yes, yes. So, as in when we are dealing with B2C, it's not only about the product; it's also about the total customer experience as well. So, as much as you do all you can to service this customer, to give them the best, the fastest service, but when logistic issue happens, you can't do anything. So really that work with the logistic people is very important. And like I said earlier also, greater challenge is how I can bring the best customer experience to my customers, such that they are not only buying coffee from me, but they are buying the whole experience from us. That's where our customer reputation rate are quite high.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. I can see most of the e-commerce or so-called the B2C, online B2C or D2C, DTC, we call it direct to consumer brands, that manage to do well is because they nailed the customer service part of it. Yeah. See, a lot of people who do not care about customer service or all these things, right? They will not be able to, because I would definitely agree with Lo, In fact, while you are bringing in all these new customers, I think it's also very important that you nurture and you educate and you retain a high number of your existing customers that come through your door. Yeah. So cool. I think these are all good points. And logistic is really something that is not easy. Like a couple of weeks ago when we were discussing with Ken, right? Remember Andrew? Ken was also saying that sell the. What was that? The bedding products, direct to consumer. Also he was mentioning about at that point of time he also having issue about the logistic, the inventory management and all this kind of thing. I think these are all important things that I totally agree, because during the pandemic in the past 1 year plus, I've been helping quite a number of brands onboarding digital kind of thing, and this is one of the challenges. It's not easy, although we do have. Sorry,
it's actually two-way. You have sourcing from manufacturing or factories to you, and from you to the consumer. So you got to handle both sides.
Yes. It's not that challenge for me to handle with my supplier and my sourcing part, even though some of our product need to be imported. It's not that challenge, but I would say the
delivery
challenge here is local logistic. If you compare these two
has that improved since the MCO? Since the pandemic, has that improved?
In the past 1 year plus, right?
Yeah.
It improved. It did. But if you ask me the rate of improvement, not really satisfying. But yes, there's a big improvement already. So we also kind of like adjust our way to work with them and to work with our customer. How can we meet both end expectations better?
I would definitely agree with the delivery portion part of it. Like, like even to take care of that, right? I mean, this is a deviation a little bit because like MCO, we do a lot of takeout. As in like takeout delivery kind of thing. Some restaurants, right, in order to actually control the quality of the food, right, they don't really do delivery, as in like they don't work with all these big delivery so-called companies or the apps. They want you to come and collect from them, but they do their own way to make sure that, to an extent, I experienced one particular restaurant that I really like. Even I go there and pick up, not too far, of course. I mean, if you go like many too far, then I won't be able to go. Come back home, the running egg is still running.
Oh, okay.
Powerful, man. Seriously, they can do until the extent they invested. So this is another angle of how local businesses do their own invention or kind of like innovation on their end to control these things. I think this is something that, Lo, I believe you can relate as well. We need to. We can't always wait for the delivery company to do something.
We need to do something different as well. Yes.
Correct. That's
how they handle the mishandle the parcel and all these things, to the extent that we spend money to invest and get better shipping box to protect our product inside.
That's
something that I can't blame them, but how I can improve my customer experience, I need to do something.
Yeah,
I like it. This is
you got to protect your product.
Correct. This is proactive because this is the effort that your customer can feel when you go extra miles on taking care of all these small things within your control. Then definitely this is part and parcel of your customer experience.
Yes.
If you agree with me, this is definitely part and parcel of customer experience because people can feel that you are really putting in extra effort. By the restaurant that I mentioned to you, still running. When it comes back to my house, like it's still around. That's very powerful. But Richard has a very interesting question.
That's a good point.
Richard has a very interesting
I always got it.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you handle this?
Yes.
Coffee is expensive. You really?
Because there's no way to grade coffee, right? I mean, there's no such thing as a 5-star coffee.
They are, but just that normal layman don't know how to differentiate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes, like in the layman term, it's really hard for us to tell. Like, I can tell you all the process and the labels, how we farm it, and what are the things. But it's really to one point is to I tell you all about the tasting experience first, the taste profile of these things, and then we also like let them know that why it costs this money. For example, some is that the logistic, some is that we roast to order kind of things, and then some is we have a cupping score as well. So it's different. So we need to talk with them and we understand what is their definition of expensive first.
Cupping score. What is that?
Never heard of that, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Lecture our friend there.
Yes, please.
Lecture.
Coffee, there is the cupping scoring, like for example, some specialty coffee, they have a high 90 points, 80 over points, 90 points kind of coffee scoring point. Right. So it's for us to have expectation, okay, this is at what kind of quality that you are expecting. And then that the higher point, does it really tell you it's great coffee, it's good coffee? Yes and no, because end of the day, it's your preference as well. I can give you the best coffee in the world. I can say this is awesome, great things. But if you don't like it, no matter how I say it doesn't make any sense.
Very true.
Yeah.
My friend has sold something similar also. He always like to say this, yes. Example, if I'm you, yes, my coffee is expensive. And yes, people really don't want to choose my coffee and try other coffee. But in the end, they still come back because they see the value of the coffee. They still like the taste, aroma. And then that's why when you love it, you don't find it expensive. Go team sign.
But there's another angle to look at this.
Yes.
I agree to a partial, but here's the thing. Lo, I don't know whether you have this issue. Yes, you may have the best coffee, like Richard was saying. Like it can be tough to sell like Panama Geisha. Hence the earlier question.
No,
if you
that
guys
will not be a problem to sell, man.
I mean,
what is Panama Geisha?
I bought some lower grade geisha before. I mean, you can let Lo explain what is geisha. But the problem here is let me point this out. Right. You buy geisha doesn't mean that you can really brew out the top quality of geisha, man. Yes. Like my hand brew skills, then how? I cannot bring out the best note of it, the best quality of it, and Yeah, that's also another factor that is not within your control, Lo. But I let you continue on the geisha thing. Please go ahead.
Panama geisha really depend on the market that you are saying. If you bring Panama geisha to a market that is selling low-end coffees, or maybe let's say 1 kg, the market that is buying 1 kg 40 ringgit, 50 ringgit, or they ask you for cheap one, so definitely you can't sell it there, because they will look at the price like, you crazy? This I can buy how many kg?
There's a mismatch lah.
Yes.
Panama geisha is technically one of the most expensive coffee in the world, right?
Yeah. I only know the Japanese geisha. Never heard of Panama geisha.
But
now I
if
learned something
Panama
new.
geisha to a specialty market,
right.
It works.
Then
put it in
Wakaranai.
the right market.
Yeah, it works. And I don't understand what the hell Manfred was saying. I hope it's not, like vulgar words.
Totally don't understand.
Okay.
Totally don't understand.
But I agree
Zen
with
Wakaranai.
But I agree with Lo, because back then when I was really tasting all this coffee, right, there were a bunch of people who were like crazy. They pay, because at one point they brought in some good geisha. It's like a top-notch geisha, and they do coffee tasting kind of thing. And everybody were paying like a premium for that. And you only get a couple of cups during the session.
Right. It's like wine tasting.
It's like a wine tasting kind of thing. It's really that.
Yes.
Wow.
You'll be surprised. There is one coffee, Blue Mountain.
Blue Mountain,
35 Blue Mountain coffee. 1 kg can go up to 1,008 per kg. But
serious.
I can't find it now.
So can I ask you, Blue Mountain Coffee, is it from Australia? I just want to check. Sorry, I'm ignorant about this.
There's one place in Australia called Blue Mountain. That's true.
No. That's no. The Blue Mountain.
This is Jamaica.
Jamaica, yes.
Jamaica, right. Okay. So it's not that Blue Mountain. But by the way, I think you have another friend here. Wong was saying, Lo is also very good at whiskey. Okay. Maybe one day we talk whiskey. Like GY agrees that GY say very knowledgeable in whiskey. Okay.
I like to drink.
Okay. Drinking is good. It's at late night anyway. Okay. I hope you're not drinking over there. Then we ask crazy questions. Then you give me crazy answers. I don't know. Anyway,
whiskey and coffee. That's interesting.
Okay, I think now we want to go a little bit more juicier with the questions that Manfred has set up for us, right? Okay, now we want to understand some of the strategy that work. Some of the strategy that work for you to help you
get your name out there.
Increase your sales. What are the strategy that you have used that kind of sort of worked?
Do your foot in the door tactics or something. Yeah.
Coffee sampling, I never do that before. People did suggest to me, but when we look at the whole thing, maybe it haven't hit my mind yet. How I'm going to hook it up? So I have not tried coffee sampling yet. But bundle sales, yes. Bundle sales, when we bundle things together, especially if I have, let's say last time we launched a Latin America bundle. So we have Peru and another bean is what I can't remember. Peru and Brazil. Then we put it up together. So we let the customer to try out what's the difference. And then that bundle goes very well because people will want to try more things in one step. And by doing this, you can save. And then there's once I will collaborate with another roaster that we have a medium light roast and a medium dark roast. Let you experience what are the difference. Same bean, different roasting profile. We let you experience what are the difference. And that goes very well as well. And from there, we learn as well as people would like to try, but they would like to have a comparison. What's really happening.
I see.
So
that works for us.
Okay. So Lo, just to clarify is, you would import the beans and...
No, I don't import.
You don't import the beans?
No, I can't.
So all these beans are what? Locally grown?
Locally roasted?
They are locally roasted, but of course it has to be imported. But Lo doesn't handle the importing part.
Yes.
So you're still buying from the local distributor of the raw beans.
So the roasters who import the beans, they roast it and then you package it and you do the QC.
There's only a certain group of people can import.
I see. Okay. Understood.
Have you thought of sample as in terms of, since you have chocolate, then you have coffee, they combine, and this is a package, or maybe
we tried that before. not working well.
Then coffee with whiskey, if you have whiskey.
Guys, yeah, that's just Irish coffee already.
Yeah, milliliter whiskey, right?
Yeah, man.
Okay, now the so-called the coffee distributor that I always buy from tried something, but she didn't go all the way. So I was just giving you some idea whether you want to try or not. Like every time I buy something from her, right? Okay, yeah, I buy probably several packs, whatever that she's recommending. She will usually give me small packs because we do hand brew. It's about 16 grams. Okay, so she would probably give me about 1 or 2 packs of different beans that I didn't buy. 1 or 2 packs. So she'll just say, oh, it's a gift for you. But if she go extra mile and say that you try this is good because I believe you buy this and you like this, and the next purchase if you buy this I give you 10%.
Sweeten the deal.
You get what I mean? The sample,
the closure
for the sample that they give me, I can buy with another 10% in the next order. I mean, just giving you some idea because you see, at this era, which I believe that we are all in the big data, and we all know that these are all the data available at your doorstep. It's depending on how you do and what you do to really kind of like, dig in and make your customer feel more taken care of.
Lo, just a question. Coffee, okay, coming from my personal experiences, coffee is a high replacement item. A frequent replacement item. Sometimes I buy a pack, I will finish, and then I'll pack. Would a subscription model works? That means every month I will send you a pack of coffee if you pay X amount of dollars every month, and then I'll deliver or you deliver those things to them, just like the Dollar Shave Club subscription and all those things. Would a subscription model works?
If GY is here, he will kill me. Because
when
we first started, we built a subscription model.
Okay.
I studies like from Europe, US, how they do the coffee subscription work. It's worked very well in Europe and US.
Okay.
But when I roll out in Malaysia, can you believe that 1 month I only get 1 sales?
I can relate. I actually subscribe to I actually subscribe to 2 of them. Okay, coffee subscription. Okay, one of them was you can choose. The other one was random. Every month they will send you something from their choice. I don't want that. Both of them I actually subscribed to 1 or 2 months and I stopped that because to be very frank, coffee is very personal.
Yeah, and
it's
based
very
on my
personal.
data for, I think that time we run for about 6 months. 6 months. There's only 1 customer repeating, and that's my friend.
Give face they want anyway.
That means they prefer to change taste, is it? I thought it's
I would say I think they prefer to have something that they can have the flexibilities to choose and to try out other things. Because
that also
coffee,
can explain. Sorry. You're saying
coffee is very, very, very interesting thing that you drink. You probably like it or you're not. And
either
you want to try something different at the same time as well.
Right. But can't you allow them the choice to choose every month? Maybe every month you pay for you get to choose a choice of maybe 2 or 3 different.
Then it's too much work to handle already. How do you handle the choice choosing?
The pricing? No, they can decide. For example, okay, I've tried Peru. I'm going to try. If you have
Colombia,
I'm going to try Colombia. I'm going to try this. So every month I have a choice of maybe 2 or 3. One consistent one because I know I at worst I would love this already, but I want to have every month a choice of 2 that I can switch. And if I like it, okay, that will become my second consistent one. That every month you just deliver this to me, and then I have the last choice, so that I have variety.
I'm not sure if that works because when we work on the DM part before we phase out the subscription, our e-commerce is running at the same time. So people spend more time and just buy, keep coming back and buy an e-commerce part, but they do not want to go into the subscription mode.
Okay, now Chiwai say he's still here and he will kill you. He's just saying that. Okay, and Richard was saying Malaysian got issue with commitments when it comes to subscription, perhaps.
Yes, and
they don't want to be tied down.
I want to bring your money first. I want your money first.
And Chiwai was saying you're still deciding on Spotify. That's what the hell. Still stops. Here's my take. Okay. Here's my take. I don't know whether you agree or not because okay, we can actually explore from the angle where people maybe don't like the subscription model and all this kind of thing. But I also can relate back to be frank, right? Although I like coffee and I have all the machines or the materials, I mean, all the equipments over there, I'm lazy to brew every day.
Oh, you forgot to do that, or you?
I'm lazy to brew. I'm just lazy. Sometimes I just wake up. I just want something easy. And second thing is, I think another thing is because, to be frank, the awareness is not really there. You know, to be frank, the level of appreciation. Although we do drink coffee, but the level of appreciation compared to the European countries or the US countries and all these kind of things,
the culture is
we're not as high. We're not as high.
Very true.
Yeah.
I have no idea what sort of coffee I'm drinking.
They would definitely love to have their brew because they really know.
Yes.
They've been drinking coffee like donkey years, man. And the level of appreciation that they have towards their coffee, they want it. But us, I mean, I just want
coffee is a coffee.
It's just caffeine. You know, most of the time it's just caffeine.
Okay.
So I think that's also part of the problem. Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes in the morning, I always say that my coffee needs a coffee also.
Your coffee needs a coffee.
And Richard was saying potentially bad experience with existing subscription like Astro and Telco. That I don't know lah, but I think for those that I tried, right, those coffee subscription that I tried, it was very easy to go out.
It should be easy to enter and exit.
Yeah, it's very easy to go out. It's very easy to go out. But I think it's kind of like the thing about the subscription model in the local scene. I think that's a very good discussion, and Ru, thanks for bringing that up. And I'm glad that you tried, you know, Lo, and CY will carry you anyway. So, yeah.
he told me that not work on. I said, hey, it worked in US, it worked in Australia. You know,
you never know. I mean, unless you try, you never know.
Yeah. So here's the next question that we have for you. So how do you showcase the distinctive features of taste and smell online? So I think you probably just explain a little bit using video, but still, you know, I can't feel that, my friend.
Unless I take a chance and buy it, which is that's why the 10% is available for you.
Which is here, by the way. How do you actually distinct? We give 10%.
You want to know how good it is? 10% off.
The link.
You know,
here's the link. Millilitre.my, by the way. I keep saying this. Millilitre.my, not military. Millilitre.my. Use this code for 10%. But let's come back to this question. How do you handle that?
Yes.
One of the way is that we, beside writing up on the labels, in our website, we do have one section. It's also write out the taste note, and then we create a visual. That we use a coffee tasting wheel. So there is fruit, the flavor, the notes that you are supposed to find out, is shown up as a fruit. So visual will be more faster than I tell you all these things. The visual will relate you to imagines. So we use that because I really can't let you taste it or smell it.
Have to find ways to
the only way.
Stimulate the imagination, stir up the thirst, so that you get curious. Then okay lah, I try lah. Then
But I think those with sorry. You're saying
when we roll out certain coffee beans like the Yaga Chefe, Utopia Yaga Chefe, we pull out like you have pomelo, jasmine tea, lychee, that kind of fruity there. Then pop, you will have the taste wheel. You have the visual of them.
Ethiopia. Wow. So many
brands already, right?
I know.
But I think the easier way out, you know, the drip bag is good. At least every morning you just go and bloody drip it. You don't need to actually prepare like my grind it and all this kind of thing. Oh my goodness.
So in a way, maybe you should attack the audience with drip bag first.
That's where we started. That's where we started.
2
years back. That's where we started. We introduced people with drip bag first because I myself I find one challenge that when I go hiking before MCO or camping, I do not want to drink the instant coffee. I want to bring my brew coffee and taste, but it's very difficult. You are going to camping and hiking, so and then I got introduced to some other places that drip bag. So like, this is something good that I can bring along. So that's where I started drip bag as well.
That's very good.
Well, what's the difference between drip bag and 3-in-1? Sorry, I really don't know.
Wow.
3-in-1 is
just throw in more hot water and they say
it's soluble coffee and it's pre-brew. The instant coffee is pre-brew, and then you mix with other ingredients, sugar, creamer, all these things. But
how about those ground coffee?
Pre-brew. Sorry,
those packaged ground coffee.
Ground
for example, like Ely and all those things, you have beans and then you have ground coffee.
Yeah, you can just add water to brew, but the
Yeah.
problem is how can you filter out the ground coffee?
Oh,
Yeah, you
okay.
still need a filter, ma.
Yeah,
I have that.
Like we
I have
hand brew, like we have V60, the filter and all this kind of thing.
Correct.
So the drip bag takes care of that because the drip bag itself is a filter. You just need to pour in hot water and it drips through the cup and it works lah, and it become a good cup that you can drink.
Oh, I
Yeah,
want to
because
try
it
that.
comes with a drip. I
I'm
think
gonna try
that's a good one. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you can bring it for camping. Actually, I bought lah, but still, maybe I didn't like the idea. Maybe I would try this one. Okay, but nonetheless, I think we want to move to the next question, which I think there are a couple of them. But okay, let's see. I think this one is quite interesting. Manfred said this one. What are you doing currently to encourage your customers to order more and more frequently?
Yeah.
Is there anything
What
that you're
am I
doing that
doing?
is working right now? Sorry?
I know. I'm still experiencing this actually. I'm still experiencing like
Okay.
we send out some newsletter recently. We try out newsletter, like
Right.
we have a new coffee beans come out, or when we have some special deals, we let them know, and then also we let them know that okay, when you are drinking let's say house blend of Vietnam coffee beans, so sometimes we kind of like create an interaction with my customer as well to say, what do you how do you like it? We try to get feedback from them first,
Right.
and then we try to create
How do you
more
get feedback from them? Sorry.
interact with them,
Call, WhatsApp.
Facebook, or
Facebook.
some of them actually text us.
Oh,
So
serious
we create the,
drinker.
yeah, so we create more interaction with them. So we're like, okay, we recommend things, but we are not like, hey, I got this sales, come buy my things. No, I think that is for mass market like social media. I can do this, but when go to personals or touch, I we more towards like, let's see what's happening. Let's see what happened now. How can we introduce you something? What are you looking for? What's your feedback? Kind of things to keep connect with them, and then it will keep coming back to order. So whenever we post something or we share some informations, blog or videos, kind of things, they interact, and then they are also our highest fans to keep ordering as well.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
One more
Manfred?
question. You know that Netflix, when they segment their audience, they don't segment via demographic or what. They have different buckets. Say, example, you keep watching a lot of horror show. Suddenly they throw in anime, and actually it works because certain percentage of this kind of audience, then they will follow certain anime. Then
That happened
they will
to me.
try. So my question to you is, does it apply to coffee also? No? If you have this group of people who like Colombia coffee, then suddenly you give them a Peru coffee or Vietnam coffee, then it works because it was proven working. Then you use the same data. Do you do up to that level? No? Provided you have that much data lah.
That's Netflix, my friend. Wait. First of all, they have like millions of titles over there, and they have a machine. There's a bloody AI learning all the behavior and all that, and do all the categorization. But I think that's a good point.
but
Manfred
yeah,
definitely have an angle.
good approach.
It's a very good approach. But are you doing something? Can you do something like that? Lo?
Can you do
what we do
hyper-sampling?
now is we try to introduce something more fruity product, more premium product, specialty product to them, and let them know, oh, boom, we got this. And then we look at the sales number. So let's say 3 months down the road, what happened? So maybe it's not doing well. If not doing well, so how can we improvise that? How can we transit it? Because like I always ask you to eat nasi lemak, you definitely want to try different nasi lemak as well after 2-3 months. So how can we capture that 2-3 months down the road? How can we hold you with us? That's one of the things that we are trying out as well now, to like introduce different things and then look at the numbers. If no, then should we do more education about this, or should we talk more about this, or we try something different? And then what also happens is that we go to different groups. We listen to our customer or listen to the potential customer. What are they asking now? What are they looking for now?
That's good. I like the effort, really. Thank you so much for sharing with us. and we're already coming to the end of it. But before we go, Manfred, you're up.
Well, that was
Let's do
fast.
your website of the week. Seriously, learn tremendous value from Lo today. It's really
how
good.
much
But
we
Manfred,
know how much we don't know about coffee.
yeah, like Manfred was asking an epic question. Instant coffee and the what was that? The drip bag.
Drip bag. I never drink drip bag before.
By the way, Lo, do you sell to Singapore?
We just launched our Singapore shipment.
Okay, Manfred. I think the code is valid also lah. What TikTok my friend more. Anyway,
today one is very fast. Just a snap take because when you download TikTok videos, there's always a watermark of TikTok. So I don't think it's allowed to repurpose it on FB or IG. So you can download your own TikTok video or someone's video and you can remove the watermark. So this is one you can actually try out. Okay, that's all for today.
Okay, thank you so much. And but before we go, I missed
Any questions from the audience?
I nearly missed this. We have one question that we missed from Richard. Richard has a very interesting question. How do you navigate? How do you maneuver the Malay segment? Okay, because he said one thing he see most coffee business is too oriented on the non-Malay segment. How do you do that? That's a good one. Is that true?
Yeah.
You'll be surprised. My currently my offline channels, B2B channels, Malay market is taking a big part of it.
Yeah.
So it's like we need to talk with a few people in the Malay market first, and then get them to be our friends. I mean, sincerely, we want to be friends with them as well. So when things work out for them, when we take care of them, they really take care of us as well. So they introduce their friends. So it spread out like that.
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth. In Malay market, yeah.
I think coffee is no longer a non-Malay market segment thing already. It's really like a kind of like universal thing. In fact, I've been seeing before the MCO, of course. I've been seeing very good cafes, managed and operated by Malay segment. Very good coffee. Very, very good coffee. I think it's not the race thing. I think it's really about we do not understand. Product. Yeah, it's not an elite product. I don't think so.
It's not an elite product.
And the segment is definitely growing, and they are really good at it.
Yes, and they're willing to spend more time to learn and understand about it as well. So,
yeah, and I was just talking to Lo just now. I just onboarded a coaching client that is in coffee as well and really big in Malay market. See whether we can bring the person in charge to come in to discuss about this. They are very, you'll be surprised, right? Through pandemic, similar to your case, but they are manufacturer themselves, but they are big online right now. They are big online, as in online.
Yes.
They are very growing rapidly. They are like big, but we will see whether we can bring them in. It's very interesting that they're just on board with us. But nonetheless, this is really something that we are, we really love to discuss. And thank you so much for sharing with us so much powerful insights, Lo. This is really, one of the best episodes talking about the B2B and B2C. Thank you so much. And congratulations for your growing business right now. Despite all the pandemic and all that, you're seeing you actually managed to pivot and change direction, and you're doing good on both sides right now, which is, we wish you all the best and good success in the future, and all the way to maybe one day you want to even come up with your own brand or whatnot, maybe your own, like whatever different kind of product.
You go downstream.
Yeah.
Don't forget a 10% discount. Don't forget a 10%
That's a good
discount.
one. Yes. By the way, let's bring out the 10% discount again in case you guys missed it. I've been talking about this multiple times, but nonetheless, go to millilitre.my, and use 3MS51 for a 10% discount on your purchase. Go ahead, just go and buy and just enjoy your coffee, all right? So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for staying with us, and thank you, Lo. Thank you for joining us today. And guys, this is what we do every Wednesday night. My name is Jason. We have Lo here, and I have my partners Manfred and Andrew. We do this every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. next week. Join us if you can, if you want. And see you next week. Thank you. Good night. Bye.
Bye.